Hello there to all you beautiful Scorpios. How are you, beautiful souls? This is a reading for Scorpio for January 23rd through the 31st. My name's LJ, and you found LJ's Thriving Energy. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I'd love to have you as another subscriber on my channel. And if you like this video, hit that like button. You might as well do it now, right? You know you're going to like it. You can always share it as well. So if you have friends or family that you can think of that might appreciate a Scorpio reading, or maybe they're cross-watching for a Scorpio. So anyway, before we really get going, I'm going to be doing a 5-card draw today, a 5-card spread from the Labyrinthos site online. It's called Labyrinthos, Labrynthos, and it's called the Jungian archetype spread. Now I'm probably butchering that word. It's spelled Jungian. Now Jungian archetypes are certain character or behavior models that we sometimes subconsciously use to shape our own personalities. So this reading is going to help you see what is really shaping your own personality, okay? Now before we get going, let's do the protection bell. Maybe clear our energies today. It's probably been a long day, right? So close your eyes, take a few deep, relaxing breaths. Let's try to open up our heart space to the divine, white, pure light, pure white light energies. Let that beautiful green energy flow into your heart, into your inner child, into your soul. Let's clear these energies. I now ask for the presence of the divine to guide and protect all of us throughout our day, especially while we're doing spiritual work. I ask for a bubble of pure white light energy to surround each of us always. I ask that only love be able to come and go from our energy fields. Archangel Michael, please walk before us, our families, our loved ones, and protect us always. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I've shuffled these cards. We're going to be using the Fairy Tarot cards for the main spread. And then I did pull one card from your Sacred Wealth Code deck. And so we'll take a look at that right now. You guys, as a Scorpio, pulled the Engineer card. It does have Mars also in parentheses. So I don't know if Mars means anything to you. Maybe if you've got that in your chart. Beautiful card. It says every problem has a solution. Isn't that the truth? Let's read that from the book. It takes just a moment, but I think it's important to get the details from this. So, the Engineer, that's on page 52. I don't know if that number means something to you. 52. 52 does break down to a 7. This is what I'm going to be reading to you. Let's see if I can get that up. You can always pause the video, read it yourself. I think there's one more page. Yeah. Your high value gifts. All right, so let's get to it. You guys are the Engineer. All right, your mantra is every problem has a solution. Your sole desire is to be a channel for discovering a better way. Your purpose is to discover and apply better paths and action for positive change in the world. Your shadow side, you can be negative, self-judging, arrogant, aggressive, or over-analytical. Interesting. The Engineer is fascinated by what makes things tick and is highly gifted when it comes to designing better solutions to all of life's issues. As an Engineer, your approach to life and work is curious, creative, practical, technical, logical, and focused. You are determined to solve problems and design new ways of getting the results you desire. You're inherently curious, are deeply satisfied by exploring the inner workings of things. You're an enthusiastic researcher and are highly valued as the logical, perceptive, and discriminating go-to person to solve the problem at hand, create a practical design for a new idea, or to discover a better way to get the job done. As an engineer, you're a master of energy, and your energy must be productively channeled. You manifest best as the leader of a team. You process information as an introvert, but express it as an extrovert. Being spiritually aligned is of utmost importance to your ability to abundantly create and prosper on the material plane. Now, this part is about the shadow of the engineer. If you're not grounded and attuned with your body, you are probably stuck in your head with a disregard for emotions, including your own. You become frustrated and arrogant, full of shoulds and judgments to make other people wrong. This is detrimental to problem solving, especially when those problems include the human equation. When you are stressed, you can become negative, self-judging, and overly analytical, running the same negative thought loops over and over, unable to make a decision to save your life. If you find yourself in the shadow of an engineer energy, you are spiritually cut off and your ego has taken over. It is time to get a spiritual reboot by getting grounded in your body through physical activity and being in nature, so you can remaster your energy and get back in touch with your purpose and mission. Interesting. Go out in nature, you guys. Get some exercise. Your high-value gifts are problem solving, critical thinking, determination. You're a hard worker. You're technical, trustworthy, focused on results. You're a gifted designer, practical application of ideas. Inspired action plan. I maintain my spiritual connection to guide my high-value gifts of problem solving and designing to create a better future for all. I love it. So all my little engineer Scorpios out there, you guys are awesome. Now I went ahead and I've shuffled these cards many times. I've cleared them with the sage and I cut the cards. So your first card is going to be about your persona. It's going to be about how you are perceived. How do what others think of you affect the situation? So you're perceived as the Queen of Spring. They perceive you as being brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. I love it. Let's see. How does what others think of you affect you? So you need to believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between home and work. Interesting, because they're saying you can get kind of crazy being the engineer. Yep. So let's see what the second card is. That's your persona. That's basically the situation. Number 2 is your shadow card. What am I ashamed of? What do I want to hide? What do I not want to acknowledge? So interesting, you got the Empress card for it's number 3 card. Time to take action. The power of creativity. Success that allows for a life of luxury. So are you in your shadow side because you're trying so hard to get to this Empress, to become this Empress? Male or female, it doesn't matter. We both have male and female energies. So your shadow side is saying you're ashamed that you haven't become the Empress yet. You haven't gotten to that point where you embody all 4 of the queens, information, emotional stability, pentacles, happiness. Are you not wanting to acknowledge that you've become the Empress for some reason? Maybe you've already become the Empress, but for some odd reason you don't want to acknowledge it, or you're trying to hide it. Maybe you think people might take advantage of you. That's interesting. Maybe you're pregnant and you're trying to hide that, your shadow side, because the Empress is very fertile. So, yeah, let's look into this a little bit more, huh? This is interesting, isn't it? Now, this third card is going to be your anima, which is what your divine feminine is saying. So, if you were to think of only your happiness, what would you do? Princess of Summer. If you're thinking of only your happiness, this is your female side of you talking. What would you do? What would you be like? So you would be like the Princess of Summer. You'd be gentle and sensitive, kind, inexperienced. So she's a young person. Maybe you want to go back to younger days, huh? Let's see. The feminine side wants a new relationship or emotional experience. Your feminine side wants invitations to social events, wants you to be a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with, or you want to find a compassionate friend that you could share your concerns with. That's interesting, the feminine side. All feminine cards so far as well. The Queen of Spring, which is the Queen of Cups, the Empress, and the Princess of Summer. So very feminine cards so far, but that still doesn't mean, I mean, you can still be a male watching this. You know, we've all got these sides. Now, the fourth one is, what is my divine masculine saying? What is my divine masculine saying? What should I consider? What are my drives or my duties? Eight of Summer. Your divine masculine wants to move on, huh? Eight of Summer, Eight of Cups. Divine masculine is desiring a more meaningful life. That's interesting. The masculine is realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So you've got two sides in you, and one wants to move on. One's ready to go. The other one is looking for the happiness, a new relationship, emotional experience, wants to go socialize. Wow, it's interesting the difference between the two, the female and the male. The male wants to move on, wants major life changes. The male feels stuck. And the feminine side just wants, sensitive, just to be kind, just to enjoy yourself, to have good emotional experiences. They want to be compassionate, or they want to find a compassionate friend. This is so interesting. Scorpio. Yeah, what's going on in your world? It's time for a rebirth. I mean, really, your death card, I'd be surprised if it doesn't show, right? Because this masculine card is all about rebirth, right? Moving forward, moving on. Your fifth card is the self card. What does my heart of heart wants? What are my true desires? So this is the Two of Winter, which is the Two of Swords. Now, what's interesting is your heart of heart. What are your true desires? So indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Very interesting. Your heart of heart wants freedom, is what it sounds like. Your heart of heart wants you to make a choice. Its true desires are to not be indecisive. Your true desire is to do the best for you, personally, you. Look out for number one, right? What do you want? So the female side is saying this, the male side is saying that, and then here we are with what your heart to heart is telling you. It wants you to make a decision, it does. And it doesn't want to feel trapped. Right now, it feels trapped with that Two of Swords because neither one of you, I guess you guys got to get together. You got to get together and figure out a way that you can move forward, right? Because you do not want to be feeling trapped. You want to be able to move forward like the masculine wants. So can you move forward and find that new relationship or that emotional experience? Can you move forward to a fun social event, Let's try to get these two working together. And that's what's going to make this decision. And all in all, once you've made that decision, okay, remember they're perceiving you. Everyone perceives you as being the Queen of Spring already. This is your shadow side. So take action. It's time to take action. Are you not taking action on something? Interesting. take action, because you've got that choice that needs to be made, right? Very interesting. But whatever happens, it looks like it's going to be a nice conglomeration of, you know, the Eight of Summer and the Princess of Summer, of the moving forward into a better life. It really does. It looks like you're going to be moving forward into a better life if you can just balance that masculine and feminine energy. All right? I love it. So remember, you guys, you are the engineer. Every problem has a solution. There's no reason to be stuck. There's no reason to be sitting there saying, I can't make a decision, because you're an engineer. This week, you're an engineer, my loves. January 23rd to the 31st. You're an engineer, and you're going to make decisions. You're going to find answers to all of your problems. That's what the engineer does, right? All right, beautiful readings, Scorpio. Oh my gosh, well, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you that first week in February again, okay? So you guys take care. Make sure to do your saltwater baths. Take care of yourself. Make decisions. Quit worrying so much about making the wrong decision. Just get both sides of you, the emotional feminine and the emotional masculine sides. Get them together. Get them working together, right? Maybe go inward, do some meditation to see how you can make this all happen, how you can make that decision, because that's going to really help you. You want to become the Queen of Spring and the Empress, you know? Those are much better positions to be in, I think. All right, well, you take care of yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye.